Hi, and welcome to the Hauslane channel. I'm excited to show you how to install your PS38 range hood today. Now, before we get started, let's take a look at the materials required. Out of the packaging, we're going to have our PS38 range hood manual, as well as the PS38 range hood, complete with 2 LED lights, 6-inch adapter, sheet metal screws, aluminum foil tape, and water tray. The water tray is going to be important for our auto clean feature. The tools required are drill, our rounded key saw, which will help run the cable as we drill underneath the cabinet, our gloves, our leveler, our goggles, our screwdriver, our measuring tape, and very important as well, the plywood that we'll put over the stove to protect it, and the lifting jack to keep our range hood up. Now, let's get started. All right, first things first, height clearance. We want to make sure we have at least 24 to 30 inches of room from the top of your cooking surface to the bottom of your range hood. If you have a gas stove, make sure you have at least 30 inches of room. Now, this step is very important to maximize performance and safety, so don't skip it. Now it's time to check the ductwork and install the adapter. We recommend grabbing a helper. You're going to want to attach it to the outside using 6-inch ductwork. If you already have ductwork installed, you're already set. Otherwise, we do recommend having someone to come and professionally install it. When we're installing it, we want to try and use the least amount of transitions and elbows to maximize the ductwork. With the preparation stage complete, we're on to the installation phase. Now, before installing, we want to test our range hood and all its functions to make sure it's running properly. And once we've done that, we're on to the next step. On to installing the adapter. We want to take the black rubber gasket and put it over the lip of the opening on our hood. Then we want to take our adapter afterwards and put it over that opening. And once we've done that, we want to take our screws, insert them, and make sure it's fastened securely. And now we're on to the next step. And next, we're going to remove the panel filter. First, we're going to remove this bottom piece by putting a little bit of pressure, lifting it up, and we're going to set it to the side. This next piece, with just a little bit of a pull, will come out. And for this last piece, I'm going to remove one of the screws, but there's going to be 3 screws that you'll be removing. And once we remove it, we're on to the next step. Let's prepare the cabinet. You're doing great. Measure the size of the outlet adapter relative to the cabinet. If it's not been done already, use a pencil or a ruler to mark the area where the outlet adapter and power cable will pass through. Cut it carefully with a keyhole saw through the wall. And don't forget those safety gloves. Okay, now it's time to introduce some tools to make our lives easier. The first thing we'll need is a 30-inch by 24-inch piece of plywood to put over the stove to protect it. Next, we're going to get some cabinet jacks to place over the wood and align it into place. And over that, we're going to get another piece of plywood to put into place. You can also add an extra piece of cloth for extra protection. Now, in other circumstances, you can get a helper to assist you with all these things. Now it's time to put the range hood into its place. You're going to take your range hood and put it on top of the plywood, on top of the jack, under its cabinet. If you don't have cabinet jacks, make sure you have at least 2 people to help you assist and hold the range hood into place. Now we're going to put the hood into place. Now make sure as we're putting it in that we guide our cable through our recently cut hole through the top so it fits through. Slide our hood into place, and with our jacks we make sure it's nice and secure to the level we want. And last, we're going to get our screws and our drill gun, and we're going to screw 4 times into place. All right. And next, we're going to check the ducting with our aluminum foil tape and make sure it's nice and secure to the adapter as well. With our range hood in place, we can take our duct, run it through, and connect it to the adapter. To hold it in place, we'll use our aluminum foil tape and make sure it's connected all the way around. All right. Once it's secure, we'll plug in our range hood, connect it, and we're on to the next step. And now that we've reattached the panel, we'll reattach the filter. We'll make sure it's working by turning on our range hood. And now that we're all set, we're ready for a brand new cooking experience.